New update information about Town Hall 19, Guardians, equipment, the ore economy, builder-based clan capital, you name it, we have information about it, so I'm going to summarize everything for you in this video, starting with Town Hall 19. The Clash of Clans team gave a teaser that they want to make, and I quote, old troops interesting again. More part of player strategy. Perhaps that means the Barbarian, Wizard, Giant, maybe Hog Riders. We also know that Guardians will move out of the Town Hall. So the Town Hall weapon at Town Hall 19 will be something totally different. Guardians will not be locked to the Town Hall. They don't know if they're going to give them their own separate building, or maybe it'll be some sort of hero flag. But the Guardians will no longer be attached to the Town Hall. You will still have access to your Guardians, so your progress is not lost. They said they will likely add more Guardians or more levels to Guardians, but they are also not a requirement for Town Hall 19. So whilst they are not temporary content, your progress is not lost. You don't have to level them up. You could leave the Guardians at level 1, probably don't want to because they're very strong. You can still upgrade to Town Hall 19 when it is released. But they did say that moving into the future, they do have to look at long-term issues that might arise as well, such as with merged defenses. We're getting to the point where there's so many merged defenses around the base that signature defenses are everywhere. And they said that their solution is to hopefully try and make sure that the ricochet cannons and the multi-archer towers that were initially merged to Town Hall 16, they would over time become more like a regular defense, and then the newer mergers would take over and be the more powerful ones. And they also said that in the future they would likely continue to merge defenses away, a little bit like what they did with the Eagle Artillery with the Town Hall. Now, I said that I think they should take a lot of learnings from that. We got a decoration in the end for it, but also I don't think the Eagle was very well shown in the Town Hall. It didn't keep its signature move, and that is something they acknowledged they would try and do better in the future. Back to a few more things that are relevant now, though. We know that the Elephant Rider will be coming later this month, but that we are unlikely to see Supercell make campaigns at least in the near future, because they had such a hard time actually bringing the Elephant Rider to life from when they released that campaign years ago now. They are, however, continuing to convert troops from 2D to 3D. Troop skins is something they are considering, but they need to do this remodeling first. The CWL Minion Prince skin, though, that has been finished and will be releasing soon. But like I said to Ferry, where's the Dragon Duke skin? Because are we going to have to wait 2 years for that? I'd like to see that they actually keep on top of these. However, he did clarify that whilst previously they have said older hero skin sets would be caught up with new heroes, that is unlikely to be the case since they are adding more heroes and they have a cadence of hero skins getting released each month as it is. Whilst we're on the topic of cosmetics, actually, in interview 4 with David Burke, I asked him about the legendary sceneries because we haven't seen any more. He actually said that they will be bringing more. It's just that the artists think that so far the ones they've been designing aren't legendary enough. So they are trying to make them even better, and they will be continuing with XL sceneries, but likely bringing back regular ones as well. The exclusive Shadow Samurai skin did incredibly well, and they are looking to lean into exclusivity when it comes to cosmetics, so we can expect some more hero skins along that line as well. One of the biggest concerns from the community, because I was asking questions from the community in these interviews, is the laboratory and how much of a bottleneck it is. Ferry said they are actually looking to bring the pets into the laboratory and give you a second researcher. That would help so that you could upgrade 2 troops if you want. You could stick to the usual format of a troop and a pet, but whatever. It would give us more flexibility, and I really like that option. Oh, and for the builder base and clan capital, there is no plan for either of them right now. They will continue to make small tweaks like they have been doing, the third builder in the builder base, the speed up feature, the treasury in the clan capital, but there's not going to be any major content for either either of them. With regards to a clan name change, it does sound like we will get that in the future, but they want to make sure that you can search for your clan under the old name as well, so that any previous members could find you, and also there would be a time limit before you could change the name again. Another interesting stat is that there have been 4,558,794,653 ranked battles at the time of the interview since ranked was introduced. That is a lot of battles, and it might be because ranked isn't as optional as they wanted since the star bonus is attached to it. I'm a big advocate of having the star bonus in battle mode so you can actually improve the star bonus in battle mode as well. And they did say they are working on something that would enable that. It would also give more purpose to battle mode, which I think is fantastic. It is much needed so that ranked can be more optional. One thing I said back is that maybe you have cosmetics in there. Even though they're tied to the leaderboard, you could still have cosmetic rewards for taking part in ranked and your achievements in ranked. So I think it will be great when players can grind battle mode to improve their star bonus and the amount of ore that they're getting. Because the ore economy was something I spoke about in episode 1 with Rafa regarding the hero journey. They said they added this because new and returning players were so far behind when it comes to equipment. For example, 30% of all players didn't even have a single epic equipment, which to us active players is like, what are you doing? But clearly there are a lot of different people that play Clash of Clans. So the hero's journey was meant as a catch-up mechanic. I gave a lot of feedback in that interview that I think communication could have been a lot better. I think the fallback story or should have been given. But in terms of moving forward, we can know that the ore economy is something separate that they're going to be working on. For example, creating more ways to get ore through events. So I asked about ore chests. Can we see those outside of the hero journey now as well? And that is something that they will be looking as to where they can place them, and we can expect them in other areas as well, but they will not, just like regular chests, they will not sell them. Another thing I gave feedback in, and this is now in interview 3, was update bugs. That the testing process needs to improve because some bugs shouldn't really be there. Some are understandable, but others, I'm not sure how they slipped past the team. CWL mismatches were discussed, and whilst he said that at the top level, it's not really that big of a deal because Town Hall 18s versus 18s, it's more of a skill thing. There can be some horrendous mismatches as you go through because you're only matched in the Clan War League when you first sign up. I guess what he said did make sense though, that let's say there's Town Hall 14s versus Town Hall 18s, but the reason this Town Hall 18 clan might be in that league is because like half of the clan is inactive, which actually then when you look at stars at the end, it might be an even match, but that's not fun. It's not fun for Town Hall 14s to be like scraping 1 stars or perhaps the 2-star against Town Hall 18s. So he did acknowledge that they are looking at different options. Maybe it's some sort of reseeding that could be optional if, you know, clans want to drop. They're not putting out like a terrible roster. But equally, should you recruit more players? And now you have a bunch of Town Hall 18s. Maybe the game would say, you're so much stronger. Would you like to go up to this league, you'll get more rewards. And then, you know, clans can do that and it's not spoiling the fun lower down. So no concrete answers, but at least they are looking at solving the problem, which I do think it needs addressed. But back to my interview with David Burke, he said that the 5 versus 5 may come back. The reason it was removed is because there was a significant drop in the amount of players that got to participate in Clan War Leagues. The reason they added it was because they thought that there's a lot of clans that don't have 15 players. This will enable them to take part. But what actually happened was a lot of clans that would have done 15 versus 15, well, they just dropped 10 people and took their 5 strongest. And what they're looking before they reactivate the 5 versus 5, so it sounds like it will be back in the future, they're looking to have better ways of encouraging people to have 15 members. So maybe you get better rewards if you have a larger clan size. Maybe the 5 versus 5 is introduced initially when you first sign up for like new clans or re-engaging clans. So they're looking at bringing it in a bit more strategically and then maybe opening up the doors once they have a better solution in place. Magic Snacks added to the CWL shop, or I actually asked about the Raid Medal shop or elsewhere. And he said they will probably look to do that, but it's not supported on the back end, which I can't believe that that's the case. Like technically they can't even put magic snacks in there, but it sounds like we will expect magic snacks to be available with raid medals, but they will just have to look at the numbers and things, because he did say, for example, the Clan Castle cake was designed before Clash Anytime. So right now it's probably a bit more powerful than they expected. They're looking to bring like a more granular version as well. So like a Clan Castle slice, which they could offer more in an abundance, but it wouldn't be able to be used to like blast all of your ranked attacks. I don't think it's that big of a deal. Like, if people are having fun, then just like let them get the Clan Castle cake. But I do understand where it like lowers clan activity or the need for a clan a bit. And I know that global chat is something I discussed with him as well. And he said that they are looking to add that functionality to global chat. I think requesting and donating troops would be really helpful, because there are some players that they're not in a super active clan. And if they're waiting to do their clan war attacks or their ranked attacks and no one else is online, they're stuck. That's not fun at all. Whereas if you could donate troops from different groups, it'd be way more accessible for them. So I do think that is something they should press as a priority, and it sounds like that is going to be the case. When it comes to global chat, they are looking at improving the moderation and the spamminess of global chat. That's something they've been on top of. The discoverability. So they might look to add like auto groups. If you're in a CWL, it might pool all of the clans together in one group. I mean, that could definitely get hectic when you're going up against these clans, but I guess it would be fun all being pooled together in a group chat. Maybe when you sign up to ranked, it'll just auto pool you in with everyone in ranked for that week, and then the group disbands. But they want people to be able to find other like-minded players and have nice discussions, which actually sounds pretty exciting if they can get it right. For the emotes and stickers, they are looking to make them more eventful, so they will rotate the ones available, just so that the chat continues to feel fresh, but they will look to add emotes to other areas of the game. And naturally, when they do that, he did say that like selling emotes is something they would look to do, because they are looking to monetize through cosmetics. We did talk a lot about A/B testing in that interview, and the summary of this is more that in the future there will be A/B testing. It will be less of the on-off style testing, where, let's say, the troop injection events, where we had the mass golden dragons, and then a small percentage of players got that the month after. They were just missing it. But they will do more of variants. So for example, the medal events, they don't even know what the cadence is. Some people like it to be more grindy, some people don't. And they will be trying to test what is the progression of events, the rewards. For example, I asked about the depleting bonus medals in the medal events, because they've been going down over. What's the deal with that? He did say they have been testing it. They will be giving the bonus medals like back. They just need to figure out how, because they were testing giving them out on the Supercell store, but then it's a small amount of people that get them. They gave them out in the trader shop. Some people got them in the trader shop, some people didn't. They just need to try and figure out how best to do that, but they will be looking to give the bonus medals back. The treasure hunt was another example he gave. Right now, it's 5 days. You get 3 chests per day. Maybe some players might have the event for 3 days and get 5 chests per day. Like, which one is best? They don't know. That's the type of stuff they would test. I said that I think communication needs to improve with this as well, because they can't advertise events and then just not give them at a certain time. I think they need to utilize the in-game event calendar better if they're doing that sort of thing. But it sounds like the A/B testing will be more variance moving forward. Before I get to the final interview, I was just checking my list to make sure I hadn't forgot anything. But actually, the interview with Petri, it was an interesting community question that I asked, where on mobile, it can get a bit difficult scrolling through all the troops. Maybe having icons drop off the screen as you've used them. He wasn't keen on that, because if something drops and you're just about to press a certain area, it could mean you select the wrong thing. But he did say, why don't we just give double deployment to everybody, even if it's on phone? And I really hope that is the case. I also asked about replays, because it would be great to be able to scrub back to certain points of the replay. And he said it is something that was on the list, but has kind of dropped off with priorities. But it's probably going to come at some point. It's more a question of when, not if. The controllable heroes as well. Gosh, I missed a couple of things here. He actually said that they had a grand design with controllable heroes, where it was going to be multiple players playing at the same time, controlling a hero, but it just didn't quite work out like that, and they didn't go any further with it. Which, to be honest, I've brought a video for years now about the updates I would like to see that year. I think it was maybe 2 or 3 years ago now when I discussed the 2 versus 2 mode that I would love. I think it would be amazing how it is integrated into the core loop. That's for designers to figure out, but I do think it would be absolutely amazing. One more that just came into my head though, I don't know why I didn't write this down. He did say that they would be looking in the future to allow 2 pets per hero. They just don't have the diversity of pets at the moment, that if you had one of them upgrading, essentially you'd be like left out. And also like synergies might not work out very well either. But in the future, when there's more pets, we could expect to perhaps have 2 per hero. Anyways, the interview with Alex, that is where we discussed Guardians and got that Town Hall 19 bit of information. But we also got some exclusive prototype footage in that interview because we discussed a lot about how does he come up with troop designs and how do they make the game accessible without being too complex, but complex enough for, like, you know, players to get deep into the strategy. To me, it was a really interesting discussion, and he shared a lot of this footage and explained some of the things as to, like, why these troops didn't work. One of them he wasn't able to share footage was an eagle pet. That was his favorite, but it was just too broken. It would basically allow you to drop your hero anywhere in the base, a bit like a spell. Clearly, you could then just turn the queen invisible, like with the monolith arrow, especially now, and yeah, way too broken. When I asked him about maybe utilizing the current content in the game, not just adding new stuff all of the time, he's actually a big fan of that. And one thing that he would love to figure out in terms of a game mode is actually restricting. So you wouldn't be able to take all of your troops. Likewise, the bases you were going up against wouldn't have all of the defenses. But he said a lot of the way they think about new game modes at the moment is more like events. So they're not just constantly adding more to do, because that's a mistake they made with like Build a Base and Clan Capital, where they were adding more for the player to do. Having them as events where you can kind of complete them as you're doing your regular gameplay is more the angle they're going, at least for the moment. If you are interested in the rationale behind these decisions from the team, like why they are doing these things, then I would recommend the interviews, especially the one with Petri. I didn't really go over the AI of troops in this because it wasn't really update stuff, but he broke down exactly how troops work, how they target certain buildings, how the queen is always breaking walls, like what triggers that within the AI. Which, interestingly, the level of wall is not taken into account for the Pathfinder. I will actually link Petri's interview, and then you'll easily find the others if you are interested, because I do think that one for a lot of active players will be really interesting, so you can understand how the game works a little bit more. But this is all of the update information we've received across the interviews. Thank you again for the support. I love doing the Judo Sloth Talks interviews. I'm glad that people enjoy them as well, and enjoy the rest of your day.